Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Perkenalkan saya Ikhtiara Fitrianingsi MPD, dosen tetap di Universitas Negeri Yogyakarta dan saya bertugas di Program Studi Pendidikan Bahasa Inggris S1 Fakultas Bahasa Seni dan Budaya Universitas Negeri Yogyakarta. Mata kuliah Writing for Journal Communication adalah mata kuliah yang diperuntukkan bagi mahasiswa semester 2 di Prodi Pendidikan Bahasa Inggris UNY. Mata kuliah ini dihantarkan dengan dua bahasa, yaitu Bahasa Indonesia dan Bahasa Inggris. Mata kuliah berlangsung selama 16 pertemuan dengan repetition setiap minggu 1 kali, dan mahasiswa bisa mendownload RPS perkuliahan dari SIAKAD UNY AJID. Mata kuliah Writing for Journal Communication bertujuan untuk memberikan bekal keterampilan menulis kepada mahasiswa agar mampu menyampaikan informasi, ide, atau gagasan melalui berbagai jenis teks pendek yang lazim digunakan dalam komunikasi tulis bahasa Inggris dengan baik dan benar, berterima, dan dengan memperhatikan struktur intercultural awareness. Jenis teks yang dipelajari meliputi beragam teks fungsional pendek dan esai sederhana seperti personal messages, SMS, letters, emails, memos, dan notes, kemudian announcements, cards, ada postcards, congratulation cards, condolence cards, kemudian film, dan book reviews. Materi mencakup fungsi sosial, isi tulisan, unsur kebahasaan, yaitu organisasi tulisan, akurasi tata bahasa, ejaan, tanda baca, dan kapitalisasi, dan materi mencakup beragam topik yang menarik yang menantang mahasiswa untuk berpikir kritis, kreatif, dan solutif. Kegiatan perkuliahan dilaksanakan dengan metode berbasis proyek, di mana mahasiswa diminta untuk menulis sesuai dengan topik di setiap pertemuan, baik secara individu maupun berkelompok. Kegiatan di luar kelas juga dilakukan dengan pemberian tugas kelompok berupa peer review pada tulisan kelompok mahasiswa yang lain pada setiap minggunya. Penilaian dalam mata kuliah ini didasarkan pada tugas individu, tugas kelompok, portfolio, dan juga ujian tengah dan akhir semester. Referensi yang digunakan dalam perkuliahan ini adalah buku yang kami kembangkan sendiri di Prodi Pendidikan Bahasa Inggris, kemudian jurnal-jurnal terkini, dan juga beberapa website yang relevan dengan topik yang diajarkan. Setelah mengikuti perkuliahan ini, mahasiswa diharapkan memenuhi CPL Prodi, yaitu menerapkan teori pembelajaran bahasa Inggris yang meliputi perancangan, pelaksanaan, penilaian, pengembangan bahan ajar, dan program pembelajaran bahasa Inggris. Jadi pengetahuan dalam Writing for Journal Communication ini akan sangat bermanfaat bagi mereka untuk mengikuti jenjang-jenjang perkuliahan yang berikutnya. Alright, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning everyone.
Good morning.
Alright, how are you today? Good? Great? Have you had your breakfast this morning? Not yet? Okay. Okay, are you feeling good or motivated today to start the day? Yes, thank you. So today is our fourth meeting of the writing class. Do you still remember the name of this course?
Yes.
Is it?
Writing for Journal Communication.
Okay, Writing for Journal Communication. Okay. Do you bring the textbook with you today? Yes, let me check. Very good. Nice. Oh, you don't bring your textbook. Why, Mas? Okay, don't do it next time. Okay. So, thank you for being ready with the textbook with you, and today we will start the class. And the topic for today is short messages. Okay, have you ever used
the abbreviations there? Yes. What's that? By the way, thanks. And then, what is law? Weka weka, all right. Laugh out loud. And then, what is BRB? Be right back. Very good. So today we are going to learn more about the vocabulary for writing short messages and learn the etiquette, how to use those words. Okay, do you think that abbreviation is okay for you to send to your lecturers? No. Why? Okay, it's impolite to use abbreviations to text message your lecturers or the dean or vice dean, yeah. But it's okay to use it with your classmates. Is that right? Yes. All right. Okay. You can see your materials in the textbook on page 26. Okay, for today we are going to learn about language of short messages, and at the end of this chapter, after completing this chapter, number 1, you will able to identify the characteristics of informal language and how it differs from formal writing for recognizing and adapting to different communication contexts. And then secondly, identify the use of number as phonetic replacement for enhancing the digital literacy. How to say this number? 4. And then you add B. B 4. B4. So you can use number to replace the phonetic, yeah. So B4, B and number 4, yeah. And then use certain phrases and grammatical expression for following the etiquette of formal short message. So it's different between informal and formal. And then identify the structure of formal text messages. And then lastly, write formal text messages in certain contexts concisely and professionally. All right, so many objectives, right? So you should focus on today's material. All right, next. This is activity 1, and this is only on this slide, not on your textbook. Okay, Mbak Faiza, would you please read the first paragraph for us?
Texting is a rather recent phenomenon, having only been around for 2 decades. It's said that British engineer Neil Shepard sent the first text message ever on 3rd December 1992. He typed Merry Christmas on his personal computer and sent it to the mobile phone of Richard Jarvis at Vodafone, UK. Since then, texting has become one of the most widespread methods of communication. Trillions of texts are sent all around the globe daily.
Okay, thank you, Mbak Faiza. Method. Okay, so what's the point in this paragraph?
Texting is first.
Mhm.
First text is on 3rd December 1992.
Okay, the history of texting, yeah. The first text was sent on which gadget? Is it computer or mobile phone? Computer, and then it was sent to mobile phone of another person. Okay. Mas Alfian, please, the second paragraph.
In one interview, Professor David
Crystal said,
there were all sorts of myths surrounding text messaging when it came in the early
2000s.
in the UK. The myth was that young people are filling their text messages with
Abbreviations.
that they are intending them to keep a lot of their lives that they can spell. For example,
As research increase,
it shows conclusively that none of these things were happening. That in the various text messages, only about 10% of the words are are abbreviated. The most of the abbreviations in texting are ancient, like C for C and U for U, and all of this they look at hundreds of years in English.
Okay, thank you very much, Mas Alfian. All right, so based on the research, what happened to abbreviations? Everyone, based on the research,
Only 5% of the words are abbreviated.
okay, thank you, Mbak. Yes. All right, only 10% of the words are abbreviated. So, is that right? If you write to your friend, if you text your friend using all of abbreviations, hey, with H only, and then C, and then U later. Okay, no, yeah. So we don't abbreviate all of the words. We don't shorten the words that are sent to others 100%. So maybe it's only 10% or 20%. Yeah. So this text is about the history of texting or text messaging, and then shortened version of text language. All right, you have learned. And then we learned how to send a formal text. But please, can you read the first paragraph only?
Start from
Text messaging.
text messaging is among the least formal ways of communication, especially when compared to emailing and formal letter writing. Generally, you are allowed only a few short sentences in which to get your private post. Despite the short messaging format, there are still some
Etiquette
used
use.
to keep in mind when texting.
All right. And then Mas Rangga, number 1, please.
Number one, I have a brief text message using your voice and voice. Formal text messages should be as
Succinct.
as possible.
Okay. Everyone, can you guess the meaning of succinct? Brief text message using your phone, and then formal text messages should be as succinct as possible. Based on this context, what is succinct? Short, brief, concise, yeah, full of meaning, but using only limited words or characters. Okay, number 2, Mas, please.
Without any fixed words or text messages.
Lingo.
Since this is a formal text, if the recipient is unfamiliar with these phrases, they might become confused.
Okay, so Mas, based on number 2, can we use like dude to text our grandparent? No. Okay, why? Impolite, and maybe our grandparent will not understand the meaning of what is today. Yeah, what is dude? Okay, thank you. And then number 3, Mas.
When you attempt to shorten the text message by using abbreviations, in fact, you should try using abbreviations altogether if you do not have enough room to get your entire message across in single text. Send some email to that person instead.
Okay, what's the short point, Mas? In that number 4,
So
number 3. Sorry.
so if you want to text long text,
Mm-hmm.
you prefer using emails.
Okay, if we have so many messages or so much information to deliver, we can choose email, rather than text messaging. Okay, in using text message, we should put abbreviation to make it shorter. But if the information is too much, you can use email, All right, number 4, Mas, please.
Number 4,
Mhm.
your name had to affect
Mhm.
sincerely or just through it, but your name should offer full information.
friends to show that they're there friends and know send your message. So if the message is too long, your name will
Ye-
be
Attach to it. Alright, so we don't need to use sincerely or yours truly to message your lecturer ya, but you should type your name. Okay, put the name right after your message. And then the last, Mas, number 5.
Five, read the text log to make sure the tone is formal rather than
Flirty,
flirty.
childish,
Childish or
Yeah.
unprofessional, it's difficult to convey tone
Through
text messaging, but the person who is should
yours is
formal.
formal. Okay, so the last point is that you should first read your text message before you send it to your lecturer maybe ya. And you will be able to ensure that your text is not flirty. Flirty itu apa ya? Like kemayu kalau cewek ya, atau godain ya, atau childish, mem datang ya, atau ya childish message atau unprofessional. So when communicating with your lecturer in academic context, you should use professional, formal tone ya. Do not use childish or flirty tone of message. Alright, so you have learned about how to send a formal text, and you also identified some vocabulary for texting between friends ya. Okay everyone, based on the research by Ken and Johnson, there are differences in linguistic features of text messages ya. And then based on Ling and Barron 2007, these include abbreviations, acronyms, emoticons, misspellings, omission of vowels, and then subject pronouns and punctuations. So this indicate that text messages, informal one, have like shortening, lengthening, contraction, and then G clipping. What is G clipping in your opinion? G clipping. Going, getting, doing, removing the G. Yeah. What are doing? What are you doing? Yeah, it's G clipping, and it's formal. It's normal in everyday communication, yeah, but not in formal context. And then symbols like at, yeah, and then letter, number, homophone, tonight, C, R, B for conventional spelling, goes, tonight, cause, for the school, yeah. And then acronyms. What's the difference between acronyms and abbreviation? Acronym can be read as a word, ASAP. But abbreviations is not. It should be FBS. Yeah, yeah. So some acronyms are read as a word, and then abbreviations should be read one by one, letter by letter. And then humor or emoticon, maybe you use hehehe, weka weka, yeah. And then smiley smiley, yeah. All right. So based on this research, we can see that there are some categories of linguistic features, and then we have some examples, and maybe some of them have been used in your daily conversation with your friends. Okay, activity 2. Do you send text messages to your friend and family? Of course, yes. What do they look like? Observe the text messages in this slide. Can you decipher? Make meaning of them. Okay, hi, and then? How are you? And then? Why not see a film together? And then? Tomorrow, yeah, at my place. And then? But tomorrow I have lots to do. Thanks anyway. By the way, are you free later tonight? Fancy a drink? And then? Great. I'll wait for you at audience, don't delete. And then the last, as soon as possible. See you then. Is it easier or more difficult for you to read? Quite difficult because it's not natural in Indonesian, yeah, but it's natural in English. All right, that's an example. All right, please scan this and you will provide us with some vocabulary like lol, like BRB, yeah. Okay, use your camera and scan this barcode and you will go to Canva link. Okay. All right. Okay. Do you have trouble? Yes, and if you go to that link and then use the plus sign and then type your word. Plus at the middle, lower, and then type your word. Like BRB equals to, yeah, be right back. Okay, you can use the internet to explore the words that include in this item. You can type more than one word, yeah, more than one text message feature. Have you finished, everyone?
Yes.
All right, so we can see the text languages here, the vocabulary that you have explored from the internet. And is it easy or difficult to find those words?
Easy.
Okay, it's easy. So, Mas Marcel, okay, what are the words or vocabulary that you just wrote that? First? Oh, sorry. FYI for your and then
As soon as possible, and GWS,
ya GWS GWS versi Indonesia ya, GWS ya. GWS ya. And then Lenggo Alfi, yeah, please. Never mind becomes NPN, and then
In my opinion or email,
yeah,
and then I don't care.
IDC,
And your name,
mhm,
your
yeah, slash N, Y slash N,
and
of course,
our
OFC. All right, everyone. So you have identified the vocabulary needed to send messages between students or with your classmates. But can you use this to your lecturers? No. All right. You have identified the rules or the etiquette how to send messages. All right. So for next week, as this topic is for 2 meetings, yeah. So after we identified the vocabulary used for informal text messaging, we are going to write individually, yeah, text messages in formal tone for certain staff in this university and sometimes maybe certain messages for our lecturers. And then you should do it individually and use the next Padlet link to submit your work. And then you can use YouTube videos to explore more SMS English vocabulary that can enrich your daily conversation to make it sound more English, yeah, natural in English context. And then the last, you will also have more activities for next week. All right, everyone, do you have questions for today? All right, so today we have identified the characteristic of informal language and how it differs from formal one. And then we also identified the use of number as 4, 8, yeah, to replace the same sound in some words, okay? And the next we will develop more skills in using those grammatical expressions or phrases and more structure to send more formal text messaging. Is it clear for today, everyone? Yes. Yes. Do you think this topic is useful for your life? Yes. Of course? Yeah. Can you explain that to us, Mas? Why we should learn this topic?
Because it is related to our daily life.
Mm-hmm.
I contacted with my friend, and of course, I also messaged my lecturer politely.
Yeah.
And we know how to type or how to write a message for our friend or our lecturer.
Okay, thank you very much. That's the point. All right, before we end our lesson, we will take the attendance token. Everyone, please use your smartphone and then go to SIAKAT and type this token for the presence or attendance. All right, I will text you some message on how to do the rest of the activities for next week, and you can read again the textbook to enrich your knowledge about short messaging. And I think that's all for today. Do you have more questions for me? No? Thank you very much for attending this lesson participatively, and see you next week. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. See you. Thank you. Demikianlah video rekaman yang telah menunjukkan proses pembelajaran di mata kuliah Writing for General Communication pada program studi Pendidikan Bahasa Inggris Fakultas Bahasa Seni dan Budaya UNY. Video ini digunakan sebagai salah satu syarat penyusunan dokumen pernyataan diri dosen dalam unjuk kerja Tridharma Perguruan Tinggi atau PDD UKT-PT. Semoga pembuatan video ini dapat dijadikan salah satu pertimbangan yang baik dalam penilaian sertifikasi dosen gelombang 1 tahun 2025. Akhir kata, saya Ikhtiara Fitrianingsih MPD mengucapkan terima kasih. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.